stumbled upon dropshipping on the course of millionaire commerce. It was like 1 year ago.
At first it was difficult, but then it started gaining traction. And yeah, 1 year later we're still in the game.
If you guys look back to the coaching, what was for you guys the most valuable thing?
For me personally, it was the community.
So like how were the first months for you guys?
We tried couple stores in the meantime. We had some sales, we had some revenue, but not that big. And then after Chinese New Year, everything changed. We had the backup ready, we start building, and we had record months after that.
Crazy. What was the record amount you had after that?
It was like 570K, I think.
And if you guys need to give like one tip to somebody that's or starting out with e-commerce, what would you both say to that person?
Write down your why, skip all the cheap distractions, because I think if you can focus for like 6 months to 12 months, which is not a big period, you can change your life.
What's up guys, Ruben Onua here with a new interview for the Millionaire Commerce YouTube channel. So today I'm with Christoph and Baudouin. How you
Baudouin.
pronounce it? Baudouin, sorry about that. So yeah, great to have you guys here. For the people that don't know you, can you guys give yourself a little introduction? Where are you from? What do you do? How old are you?
Okay, my name is Baudouin, I'm 30 years old. I used to be in sales with Christoph, so he's a real life friend of mine. And I think 11, 12 months ago, we started e-commerce. At first it was difficult, but then it started gaining traction. And yeah, 1 year later, we're still in the game.
Yeah, nice man. So as Baldwin said, I'm Christoph, I'm 31 years old. I've been all my life in sales together with Baldwin. We had a business in it before. We were in construction. We had some people beneath of us. It was real fun, but then indeed we stumbled upon dropshipping on the course of millionaire commerce. It was like 1 year ago. But me and Baldwin, we had a little bit of experience before in marketing, and also we tried dropshipping before. It was not that big. Just we tried an idea that was in our head. But then we stumbled upon the course, and then everything happened. So that's a little bit the background.
Yeah, amazing, man. So let's go a bit deeper into that right now because like you guys knew each other from sales, you said. And how many years ago is that?
I think 3 years ago, Christoph?
Yeah, it's actually not that long ago. It was a little bit funny because Baldwin was in a bad position in life. I was struggling with some things, and then we know each other for a long time, but from the side. And then we came together one day. We talked real G's. They're not that many around. And
Yeah.
then we started business together, and then we've become best friends since, and business partners.
Because like how did it happen? Of course, you work together at the sales company because what was your job there? You had this sales company together, or was this just working for that sales company?
No, we really had it together. It was our own company. It started off by getting like a VHT number and starting a company in Belgium, not really knowing what to do, but we had sales skills. And then we stumbled in a company who like hired self-employed people for sales, and then we started there, but it wasn't actually going good, and some clients, they liked us that much that behind the scenes they were like, hey, can you come work directly for us? And that's how it started in creating our own business in the sales field.
Oh, really? And why were you like, okay, let's do this together? What happened that you thought, okay, yeah, we are a match, we are the right business partners? Because I think that's a very hard thing to find nowadays, a proper business partner that you can fully trust.
Exactly. Like Chris said, I was not in a good place in life. I just heard that my mother had cancer. I lost a lot of money in crypto. I broke up with my ex-girlfriend. I had to live. I had to go and live at my mom's again. So, but I was always deep into mindset and everything. Christoph was already doing the sales in the beginning, and by chance, I call it the universe. We contacted each other and we went to drink something. And Christoph was like, "If you teach me everything about mindset, I'll teach you everything about sales." I think that combination is a magic one, and that's how it started. So he sent me in the field a few weeks, and all of a sudden I started getting more and more sales. His own health and mental health improved, his results improved, and that's really how it took off.
Yeah, so you both had like things you were like specialized in at that moment where you could help each other with.
Exactly. Complementary, as they say.
Yeah, that's what you want. And so you guys started that sales company. How did that go in the beginning?
It was actually it went very smooth. We earned money like never before. We attract people that were like, "Hey, what are you doing? Can you teach me the same?" Our group was like forming and growing out of nowhere, and it was fun. But yeah, of course, in Belgium, for scaling a business like that, it's not always, it was always like a scaling problem for us.
Mm.
We had a lot in hands, but yeah, how should I say
The
it?
right
You
people.
work for a construction company in Antwerp, you work for a construction company in like Limburg, but yeah, you buy leads, and if you get too big, then your own people is doing the same leads, so there's like a little bit of scaling problem for that business. And yeah, that's why we were always looking further to explore other markets, other possibilities. And yeah, you can scale dropshipping e-commerce to the roof, and that's a little bit the point that we turned. Okay, maybe now this is the way where our power matches more.
Because to what revenue did you guys scale that sales company?
In revenue for our own, because it's in commission, we sold for customers in like more than 10 million in contracts in gross profit. But our own
Yeah.
profit, I think we did like half a million in like 2 years of time. So yeah, for us from 9 to 5 people before, it was really eye-opening.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and you also come from that period that you're struggling, going back to your mom's house, crypto losses,
Yeah,
because
man.
like that you had like shiny object syndrome that you went into crypto and things went wrong, or what was it that period in your life that you said, okay, a lot of things went wrong and not going my way?
Actually, I've been in crypto since 2017, and it's always been the same problem. So I invest like 5, 10, 20,000 euros. I flip it in a couple of hundred Ks, which is already a nice sum. But when you get there, you get greedy. You see people that are bigger than you on Instagram. You think like, okay, 2, 300 Ks, not a lot of money. I want millions. You invest more than you should. I even added money from my business accounts, and then it all came crumbling down 2 times. So yeah, it's really about learning those lessons, applying them, and never doing them again.
But what was the biggest lesson you learned from that?
Thinking long term, and yeah, I really had to reprogram my mind. So the dopamine receptors to not always chase the fast dopamine, but really having a long term plan and building. Because the money I make from like 20K to like 300K, it only took me about 2 3 months. But you have to develop your character, and your character doesn't develop from 20K to 300K in a few months. So
Exactly, and not just wanting it now straight away, just taking the time for it, because that's also sometimes with crypto, it can be like gambling, you know. You want to do like a coin flip and double it or tenfold it, but
yeah,
that's not sustainable, you know.
yeah.
So
Exactly.
you guys went from there, okay, then you had some successes with the sales company, and when was the point like, okay, it's hard to scale this further, uh, maybe e-commerce is a good business model for us.
Actually, when I made the money in a crypto, I went to Bali, I went to Dubai, and a lot of my close friends next to Christophe here in Belgium, they are situated in Bali and in Dubai. So their lifestyle was e-commerce, traveling, and everything. I always loved that. I always loved the people abroad because their mindset is much bigger, not too conservative. So I always wanted that lifestyle. But yeah, when I realized that in sales we had more freedom than the regular 9 to 5, but we couldn't travel because we had to be in Belgium physically to work. And yeah, I've known you and your brother since ages. I've known e-commerce since
Is
ages, and
that
I was
when
like,
you saw the first videos or things about me and my brother?
that was years ago,
In
really,
Dutch
really
still,
years ago. Yeah,
when
yeah,
we
yeah.
did
Not from the
TV.
beginning, but I think a few months after the beginning. I've already, of course, you're also part Nigerian, so you already feel some kind of yeah, connection like that. And I told Christophe, we really have to make something that's scalable, more scalable than the current business, and that's
Yeah,
location independent. So that's how we made the transition into e-commerce.
Yeah,
yeah,
and I
that's
think
nice. Yeah, go
maybe
for
just a little addition to this. It's always because Maurice, it's our third business partner. He couldn't be here right now, but he's also, yeah, a big part of the team. And Maurice's his background is like in blockchain development. He's an ITer. He's like more the geek part of the business is its nature. And me and Baldwin, we are like risk takers. We are like very spiritual. We believe that how you feel, you attract it, and we take risks, and we believe in a good ending because we have the good energy. But
it.
behind all of this, you also need structures. You need yeah, real things to rely on, and that's when Maurice came in. It's a connection of Baldwin, because I know Baldwin know Maurice, and I know Maurice because of Baldwin.
Yeah.
He came in the picture like a little bit more than 1 year ago, and yeah, we immediately felt that the energy that we shared was so pure and so good, and then all the expertises that we have, yeah, it all came down like a puzzle, and it was a big stamp on it that said e-commerce.
Mm.
um, yeah, so in addition to that, Maurice is also one big factor of changing
Shout
everything
out
into e-commerce.
to Maurice, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout
that's
out
thanks,
to
Maurice.
him, shout out.
what you need, you know. And the good thing about how you guys structured your business, what I can hear is that you all have your own qualities instead of having three guys that are all risk takers, that are only marketing focused. You want to have some people that are maybe better in the front and back end, and that's the same how me and my brother work together. I have things I'm better at, my brother has things he's better at. So yeah. Otherwise, yeah, you start focusing on the same things, and it doesn't make sense. So you guys made the decision to start with e-commerce. Was that straight with the three of you, or first separate, or Maurice came in later?
So, like Christophe said, I already knew Maurice. Actually, me and Christophe wanted to start with the e-commerce, but we were very well aware that we were the same guys. We were complementary in a lot of factors, but we were on many parts the same guy. So we needed somebody who's more calculated, more for the back end. So one morning I thought about Maurice. I told Christophe, I know this guy. You need to meet him in real. We met in real, and 5 minutes after we decided, okay, let's do this, and we never
Yeah.
looked back since. We took
And
your
when you
course.
guys started, you straight started with our coaching, or first without coaching?
No, with the coaching. Separately, we did dropshipping before without any coaching, just YouTube videos and everything, which is also possible, but it takes a lot of time. We believe in investing in yourself. We never have any problems investing a huge sum of money in yourself because it always pays off. So when we did it with three, we immediately started with your
Mm,
course.
that's nice. And what's the reason you chose for our course and not maybe someone else, or yeah, whatsoever?
To be very honest, we had a calls with a few of the people in the scene, but who was running a brand that known that well, like you? Nobody. Most of these coaches don't even dropship themselves anymore or do e-commerce themselves anymore. So it was pretty self-explanatory on our part. So that's why we chose you and your brother.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. So, like, how were the first months for you guys in the program?
Um, to be honest, it was really with ups and downs, but I think it's just normal in this business. But for us, it was not less. We had Bodhi as our coach. Also, shout out to Bodhi because we went really well with him. It was a really nice, yeah, really nice way. But it was with ups and downs because we had to test like 100 products before we find our first winner. So you have like a vision of it with X amount of money that you want to invest in it. Then later in the course you see, okay, shit, we having too many losses. We need to keep testing. We need to add a little bit of money to it. So yeah, you go in ups and downs, emotions. It's a roller coaster. I think the strong fact is that we were with the three of us. We have different mindsets, and combined, there's always a nice consensus behind it. But it was tough. Yeah, it was really tough the first months, and it also showed us that the program can be as good at it as it gets, but the real work needs to come from you. It's not just
Mhm.
following the course, it's looking YouTube videos, it's not getting sleep at night because something
Work
is not working.
trying to sometimes do something different, and it also has to click. Of course, we have an amazing program and you follow it step by step, but there's also still a little human touch you need to add to it, you know,
Yeah.
to try to do something unique or different or think sometimes outside of the box. So you said, okay, 100 products you tested, and then you had that winning product. Like, how was that feeling?
It was great.
It was crazy.
Uh, I think you know the feeling when you finally find a winner. You see everything big. You're like, wow! You make 3K profit, 4K profit a day. You're already picturing yourself traveling and everything. But I think when you scale your first winner, that's when a lot of people, when they taste their success, they will also taste their first failures, but on a bigger scale. I think e-commerce is like making 5 steps ahead and then 3 steps back because there will be problems with the cash flow, with the scaling in the back end. So you have to fix these things, refunds. And then when you establish yourself on a particular level again, you can go up again 5 steps and then you'll go back again 3 steps.
Yeah, true. You can have like quickly that also that shiny object syndrome, same what you can have with crypto, but then in a different way. You know, you see the numbers, you see a high roll as you see revenue coming in, and then you just think, oh, I need to scale fast. I need to get more and more. And sometimes then you forget to focus on your back end and keeping the profits in the business. You know, and I've also experienced that myself.
Uh,
And everybody has to experience that to open their eyes and think like, ah, it's not about just putting extra ad spend into this, you know.
exactly. It's about the
Uh,
character development also, like I said. And that's
Yeah,
something I like about e-commerce a lot. You scale, you face issues, and then you have to level up as a man to take care of these issues. So it's not all about the money. The character development is also has also been crazy for all three of us, and it's something.
Mhm. Yeah, and you learn all aspects of doing business, you know, from copywriting to like media buying to website building, designing, like every aspect of that is in ecom. So you learn so much. So that's the good thing about it. And like, okay, you had your first winning product, you did like 3, 4K profit, what you said a day. Like, can you give a bit of the timeline how that went from that moment, the first winning product, to the moment where you guys are standing right now?
Yes.
Yeah,
Stuff, yeah.
there's a lot between that. There's really a lot because we could scale our first winner, and as you said, we were scaling. Even if we didn't have money, we didn't pay our supplier. We just wanted to keep the ads alive. It was really a rush. We could scale it for 1 month, and then yeah, every halt possible came down all at once. So we went from insane adrenaline to losing everything and then getting yeah, going to zero. That was a big lesson for us, but of course, yeah, holds if you scale in that in these quick time frames, and it's normal that's yeah, in the beginning with cold accounts you get holds. So we also had to face that. We learned a lot about that because it started yeah, we started looking for like other payment solutions, other banks, other this and that because we got the holds. um, and I think to skip a big part, it was after September that we scaled everything and that everything collapsed. And then we waited almost until after Chinese New Year, the next year, to really have everything in the back end figured out, set up. We tried a couple stores in the meantime. We had some sales, we had some revenue, but not that big. And then
Mhm.
after Chinese New Year, everything changed. We had the backup ready. We start building, and we had record months after that. Yeah,
Crazy. What was the record month you had after that?
it was like 570K, I think, Baldwin.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, like
And
that.
it's
Very.
exactly as I just said. So we scaled the first product. We made a bit of money, or a nice amount of money to start with. We had to use like 60 or 70% of that money to fix everything, to build the backup and make it stronger. Then, as Christophe said, after Chinese New Year, we had all these backups in place. We went hard again,
Mhm.
and then you face other issues. So I
Yeah.
think like
Because
one
like
of
you, of course, you invested back in the business. In what kind of things you invested back? Was that employees, certain business structures, softwares? What was that?
everything. So workers, virtual assistants, company structures, multiple stores, multiple ad accounts with multiple providers.
Mhm.
Yeah, mostly that.
Yeah, yeah. And then after Chinese New Year, like what was How did you guys do like the media buying and the way you run stores? You had like one main store in one market. You had like multiple stores. Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah. We have one main store still, the biggest store, the one we started the course with is
Mm.
still going strong. But right now we have two other stores, and we are also building other stores on different advertising platforms. But that store has always been our main store. It had two holes from Shopify itself, which are now gone. But that store is going very well. The other stores are they're going well if you look at the grand scheme of things, but we always compare it to like our main store, so they're still warming up in that regard. But as of now, we have three stores and backups for everything. But still, with backups from everything, like two or three payment providers, we still notice that if you have bad luck or just doing business of e-commerce, you can still get bans and everything.
Yeah,
We
everybody can have that, you know, even brands. You know, it's just part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in terms of
Yeah.
media buying, we have VA doing everything. He's just reporting everything to us. That's one big mistake we used to make because we were with three of us. We were like, we're gonna work in the business, each to each his own. But it's really important as soon as you can afford it to put like very good people in place so that you can free up your brain and you can work on the business from a different perspective. That's very
100%. How is your guys' team now looking in terms of employees?
three people. So one for the media buying, then the creatives and everything. So two people for media buying, creatives, and all that research. Although we still do a lot of the research ourselves, and then we have one guy he's specialized in content creation because we also want to
Mm.
start building the personal brand. We think it's very important. So as of now, we have three people in place, and then also for the customer support, we work with an agency.
Yeah,
So
yeah, nice man. So, of course, you after Chinese New Year, you scaled to like what was it, 500 something thousand. Is that still the record month, or after that you scaled further?
full
Oh,
full
it's still.
transparency, Christoph. Maybe
Yeah,
you wanna say it.
Yeah, yeah, of course, because we made it and then it all fell down again. Not that big because the month after it we did like 450. The month after that was like 280, and now we are even a little bit below that. So
mm,
we really had a setback, but it's because again we triggered holds. You go very fast from like small month to 570K, and then of course, yeah, your chargebacks, your disputes at PayPal, everything increases so damn hard,
yeah,
that it's hard for your customer support and everything to back it all. So again, we learned that even if we are in a higher level, that again all these problems you can face. We were stronger. We have backups in payment processors. We have backups in banks. So we could counterfeit everything a little bit, but of course we were scaling big on Google, but we were down for like one week and a half. So you cannot put it back on at the same budget. You need to scale everything back, start a little bit again, get traffic. So we could recover everything quite well. It's okay, but
yeah.
yeah,
The
again,
hardest
and
thing was like to keep the consistency when you have like obstacles like holds and things like that. If you
yeah,
look back over the past months.
That's where the mindset comes in. I think if you don't have a strong mindset, e-commerce is not for you. Because one day you may be making 4 to 5K profit a day for a month or 2 months long, and then it all comes crumbling down. So if you don't really have
People
the
think
mindset,
that only goes like this, you know, but
oh
also we
man,
with I we have also had good days. Imagine we with Black Friday we almost did 1 million in a day, and then you have January where you also have days that you do like 20K in the minus, you know, because your stock is sold out, you have returns coming in. That's just normal, you know. It's not
exactly.
always doing these big numbers and making this big money. It's business, you know. It always goes like this, but yeah, that's
yeah.
part of it. That's why you need to look over it over a longer period. And if you guys look back to the coaching, what was for you guys the most valuable thing?
For me personally, it was the community, also the coach, the community, but also the amount we invested because the money was worth it, but it's still a big sum. But
Mm,
what did it cost with us? We invested a big sum, and we were like, okay, guys, we invested a lot of money. Now we have to be serious. Fuck that shit. We don't have to play around anymore. We have to put our three heads together, and we really have to make it work, which we did, and that was for me the most valuable part.
yeah, so you also connected with a lot of people in the community.
Exactly. I think after a while, you know a lot of things, and I think the things you really need to know, like let's say private payment processing and everything, you learn those nuggets, those small nuggets that can really level your business because of networking. So
Yeah, the
networking is
solution.
also a very important part of it.
Yeah, that's it, because e-commerce is all about fixing issues. And if you just have a network around you of people that know a lot of solutions for all the issues, then it makes it way more easy instead of trying to find out everything yourself, right? Because you said you also tried dropshipping like a few years before yourself and it wasn't it. What was the reason back then why it didn't work out for you?
I think it's very funny because we didn't saw it as as a real business. We did it on Funnelish back in the time because we heard about it and we thought, oh yeah, one click checkout, very nice. We're gonna do this. Uh, yeah, I think we still remember that one product that we really put some efforts in. I'm like in real life also a rapper, so I have a studio at home. It's real basic, and
Really?
we were making vocals in my voice. It was really funny to do. It was like I don't know for groente. What's the word in English?
Vegetable
Vegetable.
cutter.
Yeah,
What,
I'm sorry, vegetable slicer. So it was a vegetable slicer with like yeah, you have to do it manually.
and you
We
made
had a,
your own voice for the
Yeah,
ads. Yeah,
yeah.
but I want to see that ad, man.
No man, no, no. I did it. I'm Flemish and I did it in Dutch. So really, it's no. I don't want you to hear it, man. But
Yeah,
it was fun, and yeah, we were break even, but it was yeah, it was more fun than real business. But of course, we learned a lot of it. But I think the expectations were that we tested one product and we made a million out of it. Of course, that doesn't happen, and then it slows down and etc.
yeah, true. Because are you guys now active in the fashion niche or in a different niche?
fashion is
Fashion,
yes.
yeah.
Nice, nice. And what's like the future plans that you guys have right now? Of course, you scaled to a certain point, all set, of course, ups and downs here and there. Like, yeah, what's now the plan for the rest of the year? Maybe you want to keep scaling this store, or you want to expand in different store, or yeah, tell me a bit more about that.
Since we had all these issues, instead of profit maximizing, we now went to anti-fragility. I think that's how I say it in English. So multiple stores and multiple ad platforms. So we have stores running on Meta, but we also have stores running on Google. We see that Google is very consistent. It's a pain getting the GMCs approved, so we're trying to get as many GMCs as possible approved. It will be our first Q4. Last Q4 we weren't able to do the ads because our ads accounts were blown out. So we first want to keep on dropshipping this Q4, and then afterwards we want to really build a brand, something sustainable, something long term. So that's really the plans for
Yeah,
that.
uh, that's nice, man. I definitely know you guys can do it. So, of course, you say now it's key for you to um, yeah spread out over multiple accounts, multiple stores because like if one store falls out, that goes like most of your revenue. It has a big hit, especially on the scale you guys want to scale to.
Exactly. But it's also, we learned that you don't need two stores that do each 500K every month. You can also have like 12 stores that,
Mm.
that do 100K every month or 200K every month. And that's something we learned. We were always like the shining objects and we want everything as high as possible. But sometimes you have just like a sweet spot and it's nice to stay there and make profits and just keep the business running. And if you add all these small things up, then you have a real good business with very nice profit margins. And I think we always gambled a little bit too much at one horse, and that's something we want to break down now, really. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, definitely. Also, if you guys are now looking to your life, to your businesses right now, and yeah, to where you guys were like 1 year ago, like what has changed the most?
Really, lifestyle wise,
Yeah.
nothing much has changed because we keep all the money in the business. We don't
Hmm.
want to take the money out and straight go to Dubai and Bali and flex and everything. We want to do it. Of course, we love those places and we want to do it when we really can afford it. And even though
Hmm.
we can afford it now, we really want to make everything multiple stores and to see that the cash flow, you know it yourself, the cash flow is very important. So lifestyle wise, nothing much has changed yet, but the freedom has changed. For me, it's insane. I love it. I just have to open my laptop and I can work from anywhere. That alone is lovely for me.
Yeah, true. And what about you, Christoph?
Yeah, I think for me, I did quit everything as before. I'm not doing anything else beside of dropshipping. So that changed. We did go full time. We all have some backup money from our previous businesses, so that's really a nice thing to have in backup. But we did go full time. We are now exploring to hire an office here in Belgium.
Nice.
We really wanna grow as a business. We have plans that Baldwin will emigrate to Dubai, that we can make our business stronger in the back end, like structure-wise, because Baldwin will emigrate. So we have all these plans down, but of course we can only execute when we are really there with our cash flow and profits that we have in mind. But again, it's the freedom. I have a daughter of 2 years old. Before I
Congrats.
was always on the road. Thanks. Always on the road. There's a lot of traffic here in Belgium. I was away for like 12 hours a day. Now I can spend all the time with my daughter possible. I can schedule everything. I can do deep work in like 2 3 hours and do all the work for one day. It's really an eye opener. So yeah.
Take a day off when you want, that's real freedom, especially if you have a family. I cannot imagine yet, but I can imagine it's hard, to divide your time, especially if you work maybe a full-time job, or maybe both parents work a full-time job. So that's the nice thing about e-commerce, that you can work from wherever you want.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's like I can only value it because I can see it now.
Mm,
Before, I don't know, because of this 9 to 5 mentality, all the pressure on your shoulders, you can't really see clearly how you want to live life. And now we made it here until this point, and now I'm so grateful that I am able to do this. I'm here for my daughter. I can spend much more time than other dads that I see. It's really crazy. It fulfills my heart so much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you recommend anybody to also start with millionaire commerce, and at what point in their lives?
100%, 100%. I think the best point in life is when you're with your back against the wall,
Mm,
that you feel the need. Okay, I need to change something in my life, or otherwise I will regret choices I made and I will remain the same. I think that's the best part in life to make a decision to start with dropshipping and especially millionaire commerce. So 100% I would recommend it.
yeah, great to hear, man. And like, if you guys now look back, of course, you had a great journey. You guys scaled, yeah, pretty fast to the numbers that you do right now. What do you think is the reason that you guys got success with this, as maybe some other guys they don't have success?
Think the hunger was really there. First of all, we're with three. I think if you're solo, it's possible, but it's gonna take a lot of time, especially if you have something on the side. But there's a three of us. As I said, we also have to give credit to Maurice once again because he's like really a wizard. He knows how to code. He knows how to do everything. He's really a wizard in the back end. So our back end is bulletproof. That's a big factor. And just yeah, we've been through so much in life, each individually, and we really like we wanted it, and there was no other option.
Burn the
Um,
ship,
excuse me.
burn the ships.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's really the three of us. That's
Mm,
if someone asks me, Christoph, why it's successful, then yeah, it's because I do this together with Baldwin. And all the times that I said I want to quit it, I want to change markets, I don't know what the fuck I wanted to do all the time, but they were there. They were like, no, Chris, we're gonna make it. We're gonna do it like this. Other days it was the other way around. For me, that's really the key. So if someone was like, what should I do to make it? Then
mm.
yeah, get people around you that make you better, that believe in you, that have skills that you don't have, and go together, man, and make it happen.
Yeah, 100%. And if you guys need to give like one tip to somebody that's or starting out with e-commerce or as already a store's going, but it's maybe not going well so far, what would you both say to that person?
Hmm.
I think for me it's very very cliche, but just don't stop, just don't fucking quit. I
Yeah.
think that's so important, because the moment you quit, that's the moment you kill the dream in my eyes. And I know a lot of guys say this, but there were literally moments that we wanted to stop, and the last moment that the three of us really were like, guys, it's not gonna happen. Two products later, we had our winner. I can
Yeah.
explain. Yeah, but
It's
it's
the law of
crazy.
attraction.
Two. What?
As I said, it's the law of attraction.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say. First of all, write down your why. If you have a
Mm,
family like Christophe, your why should already be very big.
yeah.
So write down your why. Skip all the cheap distractions, because I think if you can focus for like 6 months to 12 months, which is not a big period, you can change your life. And then you have to be delusional. All three of us were delusional. We're already living it there energetically. We're feeling it already. And you can call me too spiritual or anything. I don't care, but I really believe if you already feel it and live in that reality will catch up. That's the way
Yeah.
it works.
A lot
So
of speaking it into yeah,
existence.
speaking it into your mind, and then it will happen. You guys did also like a journaling or things like that, or like goal setting. Yes, 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 perfect. Yeah,
Journaling,
Yeah, and
meditations, prayer,
I had a
everything.
little thing here, and we almost did all the checks, so
yeah,
it
that's
was
sick.
nice.
My congrats. So the next one is 1 million, I think, or no?
1 million a
That's
month.
yeah, that's the last check we had in mind before, so we're
I
almost
think
there.
you all guys have it before the end of the year. Quarter four
Yeah.
is coming, so yeah,
We've we've heard a
hopefully
lot
Yeah,
about Q4, but we don't really know what to expect. We're putting everything in place. Our backend is solid, but we don't really know what to expect. Yeah, I hope it will
we're
be.
ready, but yeah,
yeah,
I think
you
it's
have
gonna
to
be
go
crazy.
deep down on marketing, man. That's what it's about. Of course, dropshipping it's a bit different compared to a brand. With your brand, you can also focus on a lower ROAS, getting a lot of new customers in, and making these customers warm, and then target them by email or SMS, etc.
Yeah.
With dropshipping, more general fashion dropshipping, of course, it's different, but you can still do a lot with. Think about certain Black Friday collections, Christmas, Halloween. Yeah, build really things around that. Um, that's also what the most of our students do, and that's it's very powerful. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we
So,
also invested in good email flows now, so I think this will make a big difference in Q4 as well.
100%. Now, great to have you guys on a call. Very, very yeah, inspiring story. Definitely also for the guys out there in Belgium. We have not that many students
No,
from Belgium. I don't know. I think in Belgium there's not much a entrepreneurial, yeah, I don't know, spirit or so in the country. It's
it's
not as in the
definitely,
Netherlands.
yeah, it's definitely a big change in Netherlands and Belgium. I think people in the Netherlands are much more open-minded, entrepreneur-minded, and the
Uh,
e-com space is dominated by Dutch guys. So
yeah,
Yeah,
they almost invented it, I think. It's crazy.
yeah, and it's unbelievable. Also, if you check online or even in America or so, so much Dutch guys killing it. We always have the solutions, come up with these crazy things, the head accounts, etc. So, yeah, that's a good thing. But now, great to have you guys here. I hope to see that 1 million results soon. And yeah, for the guys that yeah want to ask you a question or so, where can I find you?
I think best is on Instagram.
Yeah.
My I don't know if they will see my name on the screen, but my Instagram is just Bodwin with two N's, so it's easy to find.
Yeah,
Sure.
mine is freestyler.crix. And
Okay.
yeah, recently we put our personal branding also out there. Maybe you can check it on our in our Instagram. But yeah, you can check us there. And if you
Sure.
have questions for us, for anyone out there, it's no problem. You can send us out and we will see what we can do for you. This is also how it worked for us. Everyone in Millionaire Commerce was always ready if we had questions to help us, even the members. So this is a mindset we want to have ourselves on any level that we can reach. So yeah, we're here.
Appreciate it, guys. Ciao.